What's up all you cool snakes and neonates? How's it going? I hope you are all keeping well. So today we have probably one of the cutest reptiles you're ever going to meet in your life. The little Bowser. He's always a fan favourite when we do our educational talks and shows, our zoo to you kind of stuff. A lot of the kids remember some of the awesome facts that they learn about this guy. They come to me in later dates and things like that. At other events I bump into kids that have already been to parties and events that we've done, and they relay the facts that I've given them, which always absolutely dumbfounds me, that the stuff that I'm actually doing at these things or talking about these things, the kids are remembering, which makes me feel like I'm not fighting a losing battle. It's always fantastic. I love that when that happens. But this is Bowser. Now Bowser needs a little bit of maintenance. He needs his bedding changed out. I'm not fully happy with the bedding he currently has in there. He has big chunks of cocoa bark. Now, people will tell you shouldn't use cocoa bark in many sort of, especially lizards and things like that, enclosures, because they can swallow it and it can impact them and things like that. I have, and you guys can see it actually a couple of times on this channel in other videos, seen little Bowser here grab a bit of bark instead of a cricket, or at the same time as the cricket, and spit out the bit of bark and eat the cricket. So he's not daft, he knows what the bark is. However, I want to change it out because it's going to make cleaning his poops a lot easier. It's going to make him finding his prey a lot easier too, because the crickets can sort of get in amongst the bark and get away from him. And we need to block off the holes in his enclosure because... Shush! We need to block off the holes in his enclosure because we've been finding crickets around the house, and I believe it's coming out of his enclosure. Yes, it is. The ones that he's not eating, the ones that are escaping into the bark, I think are getting out to the little holes at the top that are for electrical stuff. So I'm going to block them up. I'm going to give you guys a little tip on how to block those stuff up with some recycled materials. You're just so cute. So let's get into some maintenance here of Mr. Bowser. We need to clean that. That's disgusting. I just wanted to take a quick moment out of this video to take the opportunity to throw out a heartfelt thank you to some of you awesome bunch. You guys are absolutely smashing it, subscribing, liking, commenting. Every comment helps the algorithm for these videos. Every like on every video helps the algorithms, helps the videos get suggested to more people. Some of you guys are even talking about leaving the videos running while you're at work and things like that, because that is the last step to getting monetized on this channel. It's getting the watched hours up. You guys are smashing it watching these videos right the way through. So thank you very much to all of you awesome bunch out there who are helping, supporting the channel in any way you can. You can also help by donating to the channel. There's a donate button in the description. You guys can hit that as a one-off sort of PayPal donation if you want to support the channel in that way. But just by commenting, just by liking, subscribing, sharing the channel around and helping get those watch hours up, you guys are helping me out massively, and I cannot thank you awesome bunch enough. You guys are awesome. Just as awesome as Mr. Mordecai here, the Suriname red-tailed boa. Isn't he a handsome lad? Yes, you're a handsome boy. He's a daddy's boy. So there we go, Bowser's got the correct bedding in now, or at least a better bedding. There's no risk of him swallowing it and getting an impaction. Whee! And there is also, it will be better for him hunting down those crickets. They won't be able to hide in amongst the bedding and get away from him. And it'll be easier for me to clean up his pees and poos and things like that as well. I'm always looking for ways to improve the animal's lifestyle here, improve all the animals' enclosures and how they're living. I've never been happy with Mr. Bowser's setup there, unfortunately, but now I'm really happy with it. You'll notice he doesn't have a light. That is because the African fat-tailed gecko is nocturnal and does not actually need light. I'm not saying they wouldn't benefit from having like sort of a UV light in there, but if I put on a light, at night or catch him with the camera light when he's in the enclosure, he squints his eyes. He really doesn't like the light in his face. So he is perfectly happy in there with no light. He's really healthy, he's feeding, he's loving life, so he's happy in there. So I'm happy just to leave him without a light in there if that's how he's comfortable. Now let's have a look at plugging those holes. So what I did, I cut up an old toilet roll, I folded it up into bits, and then pushed it into these holes here that are made for light fixtures and things like that. Now the crickets can't come up and out and into there, and it's a good way to escape proof your enclosures, especially if you have something smaller like a king snake that's prone for escaping. They actually can get out of these little holes here, so plugging them up with like some colubrids and stuff like that is always a good idea, guys. Something quite cool about the African fat-tailed gecko is, like most other geckos, they drop their tail when they get frightened or when they feel threatened. They'll drop that tail, it'll fall off and wriggle. All the nerve endings will make it wriggle and move even when it's not attached to the body, and that will distract a predator and give Bowser here a chance to scuttle away into a hole or hollow or bush and get away from what big and nasty is trying to eat him. However, something pretty cool about the African fat-tailed gecko is when it regrows its tail, because they regrow their tails. When he regrows his tail, he regrows it to look like another head. So if you look, it kind of looks like he's got a head on his butt and a head on his shoulders. So these guys kind of have two heads when they drop their tails. And the tail regrows back. So the tail would have all looked like that section there before he dropped it, but when they regrow it to look like that. Pop him back in and see how he likes his new substrate. There you go, buddy. Boom. That's much nicer on your little feeties, isn't it? Straight into his hidey hole. So I hope you guys all enjoyed that. As always, like and comment on the video. You can subscribe through my ugly mug right there. You can watch another playlist right there, or there'll be another video suggested for you right there. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Take it easy. Peace.
I'm done. I'm done.